Let me know when it starts.
Whenever you're ready, bro.
All right, my name is Elvin Mead. I'm giving y'all my government name because it's already posted on Instagram, Facebook. Ain't no secret. But I'm better known as Pokey. I'm at the Magnolia Project, Housing Development on Washington Avenue, right across the street from Soldier Slim Picture. I am there. As a matter of fact, not repping and bragging, but I stay right across the street from Soldier Slim Picture. I am Pokey, the dude BG, Derek, and everybody talked about. When he said I want my boy Pokey to come back on my home, baby. But look, man, I went through some hell of an experience. You know, growing up in the Magnolia Project, I had it hard as most people in the Magnolia Project believe that. You know, I came from a household. I had my mother and father, but guess what? My mother could read or write. And I'm not saying this for nobody to crack jokes or nothing like that. But just imagine growing up in a household with a mother who couldn't read and write. Just imagine growing up in the Magnolia Project around people that you see are doing better than you as a kid. Just imagine growing up in the Magnolia Project not able to get the things that other kids get. We had people that would stay in the Magnolia Project. And as a matter of fact, throughout the city of New Orleans, we had people that stayed in the project that were just doing better than others. But I wasn't one of those kinds. So to make a long story short, I was convicted of a nonviolent offense. I was real young, 21 years old. And the two offenses that was used to prosecute me and charge me as a multiple offender, honestly, truthfully speaking, it wasn't my children. It's just that in that era, as black folks, whether you believe it or not, we was already marked in certain locations, especially the projects. If you was out the project in the city of New Orleans, you was marked. Whether you was doing good or bad, you was marked. So with that being the case, my door was kicked in 2 times. I was the only one arrested. My mom had 9 kids. For some apparent reason, they came up with so-called crack cocaine, whatever, knowing I didn't have it. Being naive to the law, wanted to come home, be back with my homies, you understand? I pled guilty to those charges, not knowing that those charges were going to come back and haunt me. It did. In 1997, I was convicted of possession of cocaine once again. Those 2 charges that I pled guilty to, knowing that I didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't know where y'all got it from. I'm just in jail for it. But I pled guilty to it. In the court of law, you don't care. Our word is not being honored in the court of law. No matter what we say, it's all a game.
1 second, bro. Just keep rubbing this shit up. It's my fault. All right.
Yeah, no matter what they say, what we say is all a game. But we took those lists as being meant. It was embedded in us to be a fighter. It was embedded in us to know that the odds are all against us. We didn't mean no harm. All we did was try to survive. But survival, although with good intents, put us in the penitentiary. Me, one of them. I stayed in pen 20 years, 6 months. Fight just as much as everybody else in the penitentiary. I was striving to get my freedom from the time I jumped off the bus. I surround myself with who I'm surrounded by now. We entertained each other. We kept each other going. Even when you know one of somebody got mad, you ain't gonna be told, got mad, end of the story. In other words, we kept each other strong. We kept each other strong. We kept each other motivated. We kept our circle live. with entertainment such as being free again, knowing the type of person we are now. And it's still a struggle. We free right now, and it's still a struggle. We motivate each other right now, today. No matter what's going on, we have to motivate each other because we know what we've been at. And we always remind ourselves of what we've been at. Some people look at it as being institutionalized when you speak about things that you encounter while you were in the penitentiary. But it's not that. It's not that we are institutionalized. It's just that we remind ourselves that no matter what goes on, we have to adjust. And then when we adjust, we have to cope with it. When we cope with it, we understand it. We deal with it better. It's not the end of the world. We still here, we living, we breathing, waking up every day. Without being confined to cuffs. Without being confined to humiliation, insulting the characters. We have to really bow down in those type of situations in order to get where we at now. So we here now. And my message to everybody, that don't really understand. I hear all kind of stories on Facebook, Instagram. I watch, sometimes be just, it just be crazy to me because I understand that you probably done a certain amount of years, but you haven't had a rap sheet with no endpoint. You haven't been in a position to learn low. You haven't been in a position to reprogram your mind to understand that you have to learn this in order to get back to where you really want to be. Now, don't get me wrong. We had fighters throughout our whole circle. The people I encounter with now is the people I encountered with when I was in the penitentiary. Just because we was in the pen don't mean we encounter with each other like that. No, I encounter with people, the same people I encounter with now, I encounter with when I was in the penitentiary. And all of us spoke the same language, no matter what. Freedom. We all struggle. We all came up with ideas on how to try to help each other. We all. So my thing is this. I'm not here to, degrade nobody, look at nobody past, none of that. I'm here to share the word to everybody that no matter what appearance you present, don't judge a person by that appearance. Because as you see, I have on shades, a fitted cap. I work every day though. I work every day. Since I've been home, I wasn't home 72 hours and I had a job. Working in 100-some degree weather. I was the last man standing. I've been home 7 years now and I'm still working. But if you look at me, you would, you might get the, assumption that, it's something else. It's not really that. It's just me being me. And I want you to understand that we are who we are. And we are good people that deserve better. We deserve opportunities. We deserve understanding. Despite what we went through, everybody makes a change in life. And that's the only thing, that's the only thing I really want, get out. I just want people to understand us. Understand that we are capable of doing anything in this world that everybody else do. We just need that opportunity. It's hard on us. We at the bottom of the barrel. Even though we know our heart, it's hard on us. Ain't nobody gonna come here and give us, say, hey man, I feel your pain, I'm gonna help you create a business. That's what we all want. There ain't no secret. We all want a business. We've been slaving for so many years, man. We come on, we want a business. Are we willing to work? Yes, we are. Do we want to lay back? Yes, we do. Why we want to lay back? It's because we spent a lot of years in the penitentiary getting paid nothing. We didn't get no income tax, no nothing. We went in the field, we picked cotton, if we didn't do it, I don't care if you were going home tomorrow. If your discipline was based upon you going home tomorrow and you don't pick that one corn, guess what? You're not going home tomorrow. It wasn't no exception. It wasn't no exception. Either you do what I say do, or you're going to be here in the penitentiary for the rest of your life. So just imagine what you have to go through, and when you witness your family, your support system, because, a lot of us from the hood, you know what I'm saying, we thought we had a big support system, but when we got in that situation, it showed us that we didn't have that big old support system. We had to rely on the people that kept telling us, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. That's why we are who we are right now today. Keeping it 100. We fucking with 100 shit. Ain't no, skill my language. That's what we messing with. We not cloud chasing or nothing. We just want everybody to hear our voice. Feel what we feel. Understand what we went through. Help us throughout our struggles. You got many people, ain't no, like I say, ain't no secret. Who don't want wealth? We want a better situation. Them 20, 30 years they took from us, who else? I mean, who to say? We could have been what we wanted to be at. The thing we are still trying to accomplish right now, we could have been there. But due to our struggle, we chose to do some other things to help out in our struggle. Little do they know. They didn't understand that. They just looked at a group of kids running the block, not knowing why they really running the block. It's a reason. Because I don't believe nobody reacts without a reason. It's a reason. I'm like, if he out there doing this, doing that, doing that, doing that, he's a good kid. He just, it's a reason. It's a reason behind everything. But before they get into the reason why you doing this, they'd rather throw you away. And guess what? The way that we was born, the way that we were raised, the things that was embedded in us start coming out. Be strong. Let's get it. You bet not for us, yo. We all heard that language. What would you running inside for? You better go out there and fight. Because our people knew the struggle. They knew what it took to make sure that you stay strong no matter what. And we still strong. That's why we are here today. And we are still struggling. We still trying. We still trying to accomplish some things. But guess what? The strength that was embedded in us keeps us strong. So we still moving on. We still striving. And we gonna make it. We gonna make it. And like I said, it's not about, I be seeing all these podcasts and all that, I get amazed by it, but it's just them, and I don't knock them, it's just them. But our mission is to open the eyes of other people to see what's really going on. We can all unite. We can all unite. We don't have to do none of this stuff that's going on. Everybody I ran across in penitentiary from different places. Not just New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. I mean, even from LTR on up. And you find people with the same type of story we have. And that's the thing we don't understand right now. Now, I ain't going to keep you up too much longer. I'm not going to keep you up too much longer. I appreciate you coming through. This is my first time doing an interview. And I hope that the viewers and everybody support us in what we are trying to get going. And we are trying to get something, positive going. Nothing negative. And don't look at us and say, all right, this is street dude, you come this type of way, this type of way, different. No. No negative. We're going to keep it 100. We're going to keep it 100. If you want to change the world, if you're trying to change the world, although we know we can't change the whole world, but if you have a heart and you understand, come on, man, you can hold our hands. We can get this thing going, man.